around so you can see. Let's do a little demo. We're going to do just a little bit more of the hip stuff, and then we're going to do heel. Okay, before our lunch. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we're going to start. So video and yes.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to come to just a continuation of the legs because we did the legs pretty thoroughly in supine. We're just going to show a few things to open up the hips before we move into the abdomen. Okay, so we're going to come to the side. Make sure.
What?
No, it's a nice smile. It's a little disarming. I looked down and he had such a nice smile. I just smiled back. I don't know. So I'm just going to make sure the hip is loose, yes. And this is to engage the gluteals more. So y'all come over here because all the business is happening on this side. So one thing about this table height being this way, I'm going to add a fulcrum or a contact point to help loosen up the gluteals. So you want to make sure you know that here's the greater trochanter of the femur, and the sacrum is over here. So you want to you're dealing with the soft tissue of the gluteals. You're not trying to contact either the greater trochanter or the sacrum. And the contact that I'm choosing to use is the contour of my patella. So I can come up easy like this. Again, I'm even with their hips, and I'm coming, and I have to have the hip engaged enough so that the sacrum is relatively straight up and down. So you can slide in deep enough to place the knee. And then you're going to bring the leg back and just let it roll. You smile for the video. Back. So you understand what's happening here. So my knee is on the table, relaxed, and the contour just fits into the gluteal shape just quite nice. And this movement coming back compresses the gluteal over that contact. So it's a very nice way of loosening gluteal. Or I think so. She may not, but it's okay. Not too much?
It's okay.
Just almost too much?
It's on the edge. Yeah.
So if there's this, and then there's sustained pressure where you let the foot come down onto the mat, and then you just bring, and I'm using my body weight just to lean back. Okay, is that enough? And you know, no matter what, you should be able to feel that, right? As a therapist, right? You feel those things, right? You can feel when you go in and it's like you're engaging the tissue, and it's probably a good place to do. You know when you're trying to open up the hip and you're feeling, you should feel that resistance too, yes? That's what we react to. So it's not just always same. Okay. And then coming down, you can work the IT band if you like. Or you can keep if it's more comfortable, you keep your knee on and just press. Easy way to work IT band with your body weight, and then straighten the leg. Okay, so that's something we'll just do, and then we'll come into the abdominal work, so you can spread yourself more. So I'm going to come just up, and I'm just going to place my hand easy, so I'm just below the sternum. What is it, xiphoid? What is it called? Xiphoid process. So I'm just directly below it, right? So my hand is soft, right? And I'm just going to let their breath move my hand. So as she inhales, hand goes up, and you just keep your hand that light and follow the breath in and out. Right? It's like smiling, but sort of a little suspicious. That's what I'm feeling. So rightfully so. So inhale, and now exhale. I'm going to sink up underneath the ribs, because this is where the diaphragm gets stuck. So inhale, move. Exhale, sink in only as much as their breath. Right? And you're going to work all the way up underneath the rib cage. So if the diaphragm gets stuck there, and it fascially does all the time, it impedes you from taking deeper breaths. Right? You can't open up as much. So I'm working now in as I look down in a clockwise circle. And I'm coming on the inside, obviously, of the ilium, but I'm coming just below the navel also. And I'm going to work up the other side, still working with breath. We just both got attracted to the same area at the same time, so we went in a little deeper. And then I'm going to work up underneath the rib cage on this side, just to help bring a little bit more attention to their abdomen and open up their diaphragm at the same time. So it just sort of reminds them, hey, there's some space down here if you like to send some breath down here. And it's better for our bodies and our minds if we allow ourselves to take deeper breaths. Right? Shallow breathing really keeps us agitated a little bit to a certain extent. It's hard to relax. But a deeper breath calms the nervous system and makes our body work in a healthy way, so it's pumping strong. And we're just going to take this pressure now right straight up the center of the sternum. Okay. Right up, nice and easy. So nice, easy. And we're going to come to this arm. So I'm just going to take the palm of my hand and compress right in that space between the humerus and the upper fibers of pec major. Just sink in with your body weight, nice and easy. It's my favorite term, I guess, right now, nice and easy. And arm this position so it can take compression. Now, one thing, what we look at all the time is shoulder forwardness, right? Because this is what we're seeing more and more, right, in ourselves and people we work on. And there's a lot of contributing factors to that, but when you look at it in a tight muscular way, you're thinking about pec major and hopefully minor. But also, they make the shoulder come forward more because of their attachment to the coracoid process. And its position here in the humerus and the shoulder girdle pulls the shoulder forward. So we work on those muscles to try to get a little release, right? But also the muscles in this arm here, coracoid brachialis and the short head of the biceps brachii, also attached to coracoid process. And because of our nature, when we're going like this, these muscles tighten, but they also tighten towards the center. And when they roll, they pull down on coracoid process, and that adds a little forwardness to the shoulder. So in doing general application and loosening of the shoulder, yes, we want to address upper fibers pec major and pec minor, but also we want to compress, not only compress on the inside of the arm, so I'm getting the bicep, obviously, the short head, but also the muscle in between the bicep and the tricep is the coracoid brachialis. And palm of my hand, I'm compressing that too, right? And I mentioned that they have a tendency to wind and tighten towards the center, which pulls the shoulder forward. So we're going to do this unwinding technique where the arm is in this position. And with the palm of our hand, we're going to engage the muscle, but then we're going to bring the arm back. So that unwinds, helps to start to unwind the muscle. You feel a little pull there? Mm-hmm. Very nice, actually. Does that give you steps when I do it? Just in case you don't get them in today. I don't want you to fall behind. So, nice, right? So that's this, and then with the arm in this position, we can compress the forearm. But here, what I usually do is my knee, because this is one of the reasons I put too much.
No, that's fine.
I like using my knee here. I mean, it's easier, and the surface is broader, and you can regulate the pressure and hold it a little easier, and no compression on your wrist as therapist. That's one of the reasons I lowered the table a little bit when I'm doing this work. So compressing, and then really working at the carpals here. Maybe put a little traction into it. Oh, our eyebrows went up. So this is decompressing the carpal bones. They get compressed all the time. So fingers go behind, and thumbs press up into the joint. So I'm supporting from behind, and I'm using my body weight even doing this, just leaning in like this. Opens up carpals. Feel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good, and then we're gonna do a nice stretch down like this. So the hand is in neutral position. And I'm holding here like this, so I'm not putting too much pressure on the wrist. But my stance is open, and I'm using my body weight to go back. Because what I'm trying to do, not only stretch the arm, open the joints, but engage the fascia, connective tissue. So when you take all the slack out of their arm, and you start slowly rotating, sometimes they feel a little fascial burning in their arm. No smoke, just burn, yes?
No, we were taught that you're supposed to support both joints, but because the wrist is more fragile, but no.
Yeah, that's why I changed the grip. Like I used to grip here and here,
Yeah.
but I'm just doing this now.
Okay.
But do what either you're taught or what you feel comfortable with. This is good too. I'm trying to engage the fascia of the lower arm though too a little bit.
It's
so.
not too much on the wrist.
Well, who's to say? Especially when you're being videotaped. So. No litigation because my lawyer's in jail. Okay, and then we're just going to finish with this. I should always finish on a joke. I should just stop now. But we'll do a little compression this way now for the back of the hand. So again, simple compression, but how you use your body weight, right? 2 points of contact, and so that you can just let your body weight go forward. You know, you're leaning in, not pushing, just leaning in easy. And then you can take that compression into the extensors. And again, how you compress, up to you, but compress you should, either in this position, if you're comfortable using your knee, also very good, especially in the thicker part where the extensors attach, right? Nice. I got the okay, like working sign. Compressing upper arm, this way good. I feel this way a little better because you can use the body to compress, right? Also starts to open up shoulder joint a little bit. So how you choose to compress is good. Using your body weight, right, to get the maximum amount of engagement. Okay, cool. Okay, we'll do that much, okay?
Mhm.